here are the top headlines from the world of sports. Starting with Formula 1, Red Bull star racer Max Verstappen was back to his winning ways. The triple world champion cruised to victory at the Japanese Grand Prix yesterday. Verstappen finished 12.535 seconds ahead of his compatriot Sergio Perez. Carlos Sainz of Ferrari claimed the third spot. In football, Liverpool played out a 2-2 draw against Manchester United in yesterday's Premier League match. Luis Diaz struck the first goal to put Liverpool ahead in the first half. Bruno Fernandes levelled in the 50th minute before Kobe Mainoo doubled the lead for United. Mohamed Salah came to Liverpool's rescue with his goal to end the match in a draw. Football club Fenerbahce forfeited Turkish Super Cup final after 1 minute versus Galatasaray. Fenerbahce fielded the under-19 side and walked off the pitch in protest. The club was protesting against unfavourable treatment by Turkish Football League authorities. Earlier, Turkish League suspended Fenerbahce players over the scuffle with Trabzonspor fans. In tennis, India's Sumit Nagal has qualified for the main draw of the Monte Carlo Masters singles. He beat Facundo Diaz Acosta of Argentina in a 3-setter in the final qualifying round. The grueling match lasted 2 hours and 25 minutes. With that win, Nagal became the first Indian to enter the Monte Carlo Masters singles main draw in 42 years. A British marathon runner named Russ Cook scripted history yesterday. He completed his run across the entire length of Africa. The 27-year-old embarked on the journey last April from Cape Agulhas in South Africa. Over 352 days, he completed 16,000 kilometers through 16 countries along Africa's west coast. Cook is the first person to run the length of the entire continent.
Sport is one discipline where individual achievements may not guarantee team success. Personal milestones don't always ensure victory for the team. Something Indian cricketer Virat Kohli would agree to. Bengaluru lost their 4th game in India's T20 league this season. The setback came against Rajasthan on April 6th. Rajasthan beat Bengaluru by 6 wickets in a high-scoring thriller. Batting first, Bengaluru posted 183 runs on the board in 20 overs. Virat Kohli scored an unbeaten 113 off 72 deliveries. This was Kohli's 800 in the history of the tournament. No batter has scored more hundreds than Kohli in India's T20 league. The second on the list is his former teammate Chris Gayle with 6 tons to his name. And despite Kohli's record-breaking achievement, Bengaluru couldn't stop the Rajasthan storm. Jos Buttler's 100 of 58 deliveries surpassed Kohli's 113. Rajasthan sealed the game at their home turf. But that wasn't the talking point of the game. Virat Kohli has come under fire despite scoring 100. From former cricketers to commentators and even fans, many have critiqued the century. No, it wasn't because it came in a losing cause. Kohli faced criticism for his slow knock. Kohli's innings was the joint slowest 100 in the tournament and the slowest ever in India. The last time a batter took 67 deliveries to score 100 in the tournament was way back in 2009. It was Manish Pandey playing for Bengaluru at the Centurion in South Africa. But that was a different era. T20 strike rates have evolved over the years. Virat Kohli, among the top 5 run-getters this season, has the second slowest strike rate. Only Sai Sudarshan has a slower strike rate than him, with Riyan Parag and Nicholas Pooran having the best. After the innings, Virat Kohli spoke about his innings and the nature of the pitch. He thought the track was difficult and it wasn't as easy to bat on as it may seem. However, cricket expert Ajay Jadeja disagreed with Kohli.
Kohli began brilliantly, stroking a couple of boundaries in the opening overs, immediately signalling we were witnessing something extraordinary that night. The only surprise was his comment about the pitch, where he said the ball wasn't coming on the bat. Look at his innings. I believe there were no flaws in the surface.
Virat Kohli is a superstar when it comes to cricket. He's not just one of the best in the business but a global ambassador. But every hero has an Achilles heel, and maybe this is Kohli's. This isn't the first time Virat Kohli has been criticised for his anchor role in T20s. Joining the list of critics was former India opener Virender Sehwag, who minced no words while speaking about the Kohli knock.
I felt RCB scored about 20 runs less. About Virat Kohli, his knock was great, but there was nobody to support him. Yes, Kohli's strike rate should have definitely increased, because when you score 15-39 balls, then you tend to score at a quicker rate thereafter. The strike rate automatically then almost touches 200. He made a mistake there for sure.
Fans resonate with this too. Ian Bishop was made to retract his praises for Virat Kohli. A fan commented that it was a T20 game and scoring 50 off 39 balls was not a stupendous achievement anymore. Ian Bishop had to withdraw his comments. Despite the flamboyant batting of Jos Buttler and Sanju Samson, it still took Rajasthan 19.1 overs to chase the target. Even if Bengaluru had scored 20 more runs, Rajasthan's batting approach would have been different, and they might have chased that too. But the question is it fair blaming Kohli for the nature of his knock? When clearly he didn't receive any support from other batters. In Bengaluru's 183, Kohli scored 113 runs. The other batters scored 59 runs off 48 deliveries. Very skewed contributions. Former Australian captain Michael Clarke seemed to agree and remarked on the imbalance in the batting lineup.
I wouldn't point my fingers at Virat Kohli. He was brilliant, and I think he played the exact role he needed to play, because the batters around him are not scoring enough runs, not playing with enough confidence or enough freedom. A few of their decisions were hard to understand. You have got Karthik as a finisher. I don't know why he did not come in, probably after Maxwell. He certainly should have come in before Green.
With the T20 World Cup a few months away, Kohli's knock has also raised the question of his inclusion in India's squad. Former England captain Michael Vaughan had a word of advice for chief selector Ajit Agarkar on this matter.
What I'll say to Ajit Agarkar, don't be scared of being brave. If he ultimately believes that the Indian T20 team is better off without a Virat Kohli or a KL Rahul, that's how he should deliver the team.
But it isn't easy weighing in on someone like Virat Kohli in this country. With all the talk around his exclusion from the T20 World Cup, can India go into the World Cup without one of their senior-most players? Because less than 2 years ago, it was a Virat Kohli masterclass in Melbourne that scripted India's famous victory against Pakistan at the T20 World Cup. So, slow knock or not, the question is, can India afford to be without a clutch game player at the world's biggest stage?
Hello, Namaskar. This is Firstpost and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma.